This is the video review for Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Thrust. Picked them up today at Walmart. They had the new Walmart Ultra Class toys. They had the Fury of Fear Swoop. They had him and Gears. And I unfortunately could only get Thrust at the moment. I will probably get the rest later. But, he's pretty cool. I hate the fact they made him a wimp. The fact that in the Generation 1 show, he wasn't that much of a coward. But they made him in geez, what was the other one with Thrust? They made the two most recent versions of Thrust. The Titanium version, that was the Target exclusive, and they made this guy a wimp. Like, courage rank of 1. And the bio says, Thrust loves to fight as long as he's guaranteed to win. As soon as the odds turn against the Decepticons, he's the first to run and hide. He relishes the chance to push around those smaller and weaker than him, so Earth is his ultimate playground. He avoids the Autobots completely, choosing instead to pick fights with small, lightly armed groups of humans. Even then, as soon as the humans roll out any artillery or even rocket launchers, he heads for space to lay low till he can stop shaking from fear. So he's a big wimp. So let's, take him out once again. There he goes, just falling out. And let's throw the packaging behind me. And now onto the figure. He's very cool. He's a repaint with a different head of Breakaway, which I'm gonna just pause the screen real quick and get. Alright, so here is Breakaway. This is the dark version because my light version I sold on eBay a while back. So here they are. They are the exact same thing except for Thrust is a Decepticon, of course, and he is different colored schemes, different color scheme, obviously. Same logo in the same place, but and the fact that Breakaway and Thrust have different heads. So, overall, I actually like Thrust. Just not much better. He's still this awful mold. So, I'm not the biggest fan of it. So, but Thrust was still pretty good, better than Gears. So I was gonna pick up both, but didn't have the money right at that moment. So let's take Breakaway off to the side and on Thrust. It does roll pretty well. I did not do the head modification yet, so when you lift this up, his head is still pretty deep down in there. I'm going to do the head modification tomorrow, so I will post a video response about that. You can see here he has little circles with the Decepticon logos in them and some black on the wings here, black on the wings back here. Some nice designs here on the wings. Pretty cool. If you look underneath here, you can see some detailing, some bits here. So, transforming, what you want to do is first pop this out of place, like so. Then, you want to I like to fold the nose cone down. And you actually want to just flip the cockpit up just a little bit for now. Then you want to take the arms out of their place back here, separate them, pull them down and around like that, fold that back down, and fold those bits down, then come up here and have that connect back there, and lift these two bits up. Lift those two bits up and fold down the feet and position him so you can actually see the head, and there you have Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Thrust. Now the head modification, there we go, makes it so that instead of only lifting up that little tiny bit of the head or the cockpit, it lifts up the whole one, so then you can pull up the head because it's on Breakaways at least was on a ball joint, and when you close it up it looks exactly the same. So very cool. He's a maroon. that's what I like that they would. I wish they would have made the new Ultra Walmart exclusive Power Glide, but I'll pick him up either way. But I wish they would have made him maroon. But pretty cool. Do you not have any good, decent sized comparisons? Well, okay, I have one with me, and that would be with Soundwave, one of his Decepticon brethren, which head to head, Soundwave is taller, but just top of everything, the top of his body in general, Soundwave is shorter, not by much though. But awesome figure, pick this guy up. Okay, it doesn't have the best articulation, just not the best figure in the world, but one thing I do love is that on his articulation is that you can the feet bend in like these directions, bend in and out, so you can give him the pretty cool poses like this, so you can actually see the head in bits, like so. You can get it pretty good, but it's not the best figure in the world. They could have easily done something with a cockpit because they had more time to design this figure than they did Breakaway. He still does have his Mech Alive in his arms, and the rotating gun when you do that. See the Mech Alive? Which all it is that brown piece has a thin piece of plastic over top of it, and that the brown piece moves. It's just one. It's not really Mech Alive, really. So that's kind of cheap knockoff Mech Alive, really. But there you have him, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Deluxe Class Thrust. Hey guys, have had Thrust for about 6 hours now, and I already did the modification. Did kind of screw up the screw hole just a tad bit, but because the screwdriver is just a tad bit long, and the glue on top of the cockpit is still drying, so or the super glue is, so I can't move it around right now. But before I even post this video, in like a second, when I'm done with this part, you'll see it, just magically into another frame, and you'll see me showing off how to do this modification. But as you can see, Thrust's head is completely out, and it has full 360 degree posability, and it just makes him generally look a lot better. Now, I'm going to fiddle around with how to mess around with it when I'm done, but basically what you want to do, I'm just going to talk about it right now. There's 2 screw holes, one near the nose and one near the cockpit. The one in the cockpit kind of sits back a little farther, and it's kind of inside a little circle, so you want to have a small screwdriver to get to it. But once you unscrew those both, you should lift up the wing piece here, and then everything splits apart. That piece falls out. There's 2 little bits there on the secondary piece there. You just take them off, cut them off, and then you glue the 2 pieces together, and you put it all back together, and you're done. It's a small modification, very small. It takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes for the glue to dry. 10-15 minutes, depending on what kind of super glue you're using. But very cool modification. In about a second, you'll see it flash into something different. So I'll actually probably do that not soon. So, but here is Thrust form now. You know how he looks in robot mode. See, you can see his entire head there. The head's actually pretty cool. See? So there you have it.